Paradox has finally listened to us and gave us the Austria-Hungary DLC. But yeah, jokes aside, this is like a lot of Austria-Hungary on that background. I mean, I don't mind, you know. Anyways, today we're going to play a different nation, because if I'm allowed to show you off one nation with the new DLC, which I am, by the way, thank you Paradox for sponsoring this video and allowing me to show this off, I'm gonna show off the German focus tree. Austria video coming very soon, TM, by the way. I'm very hyped about the Austrian focus tree. But today, Germany. And to spice things up, I'm going to make it interesting. Meaning, we will not just have a look at the new focus tree. No, we will also build all of the new interesting stuff and turn this into a world conquest. So without further ado, Iron Man, historical, and go. Okay, for now, we're gonna ignore everything here because I know what you want to see first. The new focus tree. And oh my god, is it a chunker? Like alone, the alternative history stuff, huge. But you might ask yourself now, what focus tree are we going into today? Because of course, all alternative history focuses seem like very cool because we finally have some more communist stuff, we have more democratic stuff, we have more imperial stuff, but I will make the argument the most interesting focus tree will be the historical one because that's how you learn HOI4. Let's be honest, if you learn HOI4, you basically throw yourself into the game and play Germany. So today, we are going to play quote-unquote historical Germany. And I think most of you will be actually interested in this the most because there are huge changes to this, but at the same time, it kinda is still the same because you can still see the structure of the old one, but there is so much new stuff on top. And yeah, prepare yourself. I will explain a lot in this video. I know normally I skip over a lot of stuff, but I feel like given this opportunity, I'll show you everything. Okay, so right now, like with the old Germany, we're gonna start with industry, but for a very different reason than before. And that's because of the MIFO bills. The MIFO bills now play a huge role in the new focus tree. There you basically get two choices. One side of the focus tree where you kind of choose a small industrialization, which kind of slows you down at the beginning. You see going over here would give me a recovering economy, kind of slowing me really down, but overall giving me amazing modifiers at the end. I can imagine this is the alternative history paths. For historical Germany, this makes a lot of sense. Because here you're basically forced to conquer land. I will explain what that means a little bit later, but for now just know this is really cool. Now focus tree yapping aside, research, things have changed again. You might notice small things like fortification now has its own research, but also stuff like radar is something I can't just research anymore. Because yeah, this DLC doesn't just add Austria-Hungary content. No, we also get experimental facilities. And we're gonna play a lot with that today. First thing we gotta do is, I mean, you know, you have to build it on a map. UI changes here, by the way. And we start with a land warfare one. We could build a nuclear one, but we have no nuclear research, so that's useless. So we're just gonna assign very rudely, I think that seems good, an armored specialist scientist, and we can do our first research. Why do we want to research and how can we research? You will notice over here that we are getting daily progress. In this case, it is because of our research facility. Because this research facility right here, which looks very cool, by the way, gives progress for breakthroughs over time. Right now, we have a super howitzer, which we can't build because we need 2 breakthroughs, but we also have a flame panzer and military engineering vehicles. And down there, you see what we get once we finish this research. A lot of cool stuff. You partially just get divisions and stuff, or you might just unlock research that was locked before. So it makes a lot of sense that these experimental facilities are in the same tab as research, because with the new system, those two are very intertwined. And you know what? I was scared that this stuff would be like the international market, which you can use to like min-max a bit more. It is not bad, but let's be honest, like I stopped using it very soon after. I still like it. My Iceland video would have been impossible without this, but for the normal HOI4 game, like I'm a casual player, I'm not gonna use this. This, on the other hand, as a bigger nation, gives you huge bonuses. So my biggest fear that I would never use this is gone. I mean, if I want to have nukes now, you have to use this system. And you know what? It is really cool. And best of all, doing this now upgrades this guy over here. Anyways, back to research. What passed like 5 minutes? I don't know. Electrical, mechanical engineering, production, construction, and for the last one, interwar artillery. And you see over here now, this gives us also daily breakthrough progress in categories. Green here being land warfare, but with the anti-air guns over here, you see red and green, meaning land warfare and aerodynamics and avionics. Same here with engineering, but aerodynamics and nuclear research. And yeah, by the way, because we're gonna play historical Germany, I am just gonna build a civilian industry for now. Production-wise, we will need a lot of guns. That's actually very important, but I will also not neglect support equipment and artillery. First focus is done, giving us a lot of open focuses over here. Once again, very attractive, which I would normally do, the research slot. But cool thing they did, this is now locked behind civilian factories. Not factories overall, civilian factories. So you kind of get pushed into a direction where you need to build up your economy fast or conquer. Also big change. The Autobahn is now something you have to do to go down here. Before, you only needed to do this if you wanted to go war economy. Now, more realistic, you have to do it, and it's a way shorter focus. A lot more 35-day focuses here. Beautiful. But what we have to do right now is autarky efforts. This also being a beautiful 35-day focus, giving us a civilian factory, a lot more building slots, industry research bonus, and we will be locked out of free trade and export focus, and we will gain autarky. I know, crazy, right? The autarky focus giving us autarky. Wild. And yeah, this focus is so fast. I didn't even move out of the focus tree, and we're already done. What we can do right now is institute price controls. There's no meta yet, so I can only say my experience, having this early is pretty good, because let me show you this. The mevables modifier will increase over time now. At the moment, we gain 3% consumer goods factory factor per month. It will get even worse once we start expanding, because if you look really close, you see this modifier is influenced by the amount of non-core states we control. Right now, it's 0. Later, it will be a bit more than 0. I can tell you that much. So having this focus over here, which allows us to reduce the monthly consumer goods factory factor we are currently gaining, is really good. On top of that, we also get very important price control measure decisions. These allow us to kind of keep this under control basically until the war starts. When the war starts, we have different ways to keep this under control. And while we finished the first few focuses, we actually got enough political power to get our first advisor. And I would say this guy, the Mefobil architect, giving us less consumer goods factory factor, basically countering the Mefobils a little bit and allowing us to build military factories faster and dockyards. Very interesting, because back in the days, I say back in the days, the DLC has not even come out yet, but quote unquote back in the days, this guy gave civilian industry bonuses and now he gives mills. For the industry, my plan is to kind of do a normal Germany where we build civilian industry until start to mid 1938 and then we go full mills. So, institute price controls is done. We have in the meantime gained one more tick of consumer goods factory factor. You don't want to know how many times I've mispronounced this word in this recording. But anyways, we only gain 2.5 now instead of 3. That is already huge. On top of that, we now have all of these decisions over here, allowing us to basically sacrifice political power to kind of push it down a little bit. Most of them are actually not too bad, but the more down you go, the less good they become. So just clicking the one thing for now, bringing us down to 14 will be enough for me. Focus tree wise, I would say we go immediately down here, giving us civilian industry, increasing the Mefobils by a little bit, but with the price controls we have right now, we can just put that down again. So this is actually not a problem. And if you remember, we do actually need some civilian factories now for the research slot, so that helps. Something that I haven't talked about yet, but is also different now, Anschluss. There is now some interactions between Germany and Austria to make Anschluss easier. What I mean with that, I will show you in a second, but for now, let's deal with this event where the Austrians try to basically ban our party in Austria. Unacceptable. So what we will do now is not to just lean over and say how rude of you. No, we will sacrifice 50 political power and basically weaken their government and make it easier for us to Anschluss them later. Because Anschluss now requires you to have army size. It's not a number anymore, not like 100,000 troops with so and so much equipment. No, it went into a completely different direction and now you need properly equipped army units. I might have already heard, that was not me, but I've heard from a bug where you can just have properly equipped 2 WIF divisions. But I also know that Paradox is kind of still working on this modifier, so I will not try to break it today, and I want to do a casual playthrough anyways for this video, so we're not going to do that. But overall, I like this decision. This is really cool. It makes it feel more dynamic, especially with the interactions now between Austria and Germany. I mean, this is the Austria-Hungary DLC, but they were kind enough to also add a German focus tree, so makes sense that Anschluss is more complicated now. And yeah, the Austrians can't stop it, meaning we don't need 24 units anymore to do Anschluss, we need 23. So you already see it's going down. So we've established the Reichswerke, giving us good industry. How about we construct the Autobahn? Yeah, this focus still has, you know, infrastructure, not much to talk, but 35 days, as I said before, very good. Research, I will show less now, just know I will do the normal things you should do. But yeah, when I do something interesting, I will still show it and say why. But I also don't want to like explain every single click I'm doing here for your sanity and for mine. So we got our first warning, growing expense of rearmament, meaning we have reached 26.5 consumer goods factory factor. This is of course a result of me doing this focus kind of early, giving us plus 10%. But yeah, overall, this is not dramatic. I'm just gonna spend a little bit of political power to do import tariffs right now, giving us a bad trade modifier for a year. But let's be honest, in the early game where we build a lot of civs, we don't really care about importing resources yet. So this modifier makes actually a lot of sense early. And the Mefobils are under control. For the rest of these decisions, just know every time it gets a little bit mid to high, I will click one of these decisions. They're not really expensive. Losing a little bit of stability is not as bad. In the background, I'm also going to start building a few troops because, yeah, doing Anschluss early is something I definitely want to do. It does help. Talking about help, let's do KDF wagon factories for civilian industry. Once again, 35-day focus. Really good. So the Spanish Civil War is happening. In the spirit of this challenge, I'm going to send something down. So 2 tank divisions. Going to give them to... Actually, Manstein has really good attack. I'm going to give it to him. Send volunteers, the tanks, and air volunteers. Let's go. So for now, we have basically done all the interesting civ focuses we can do. Over here, we have really good military modifiers. But what I want to do now is start the political stuff. Remilitarize the Rhineland. The Rhineland has been remilitarized, and we did it now because of this down here. We now have an inner circle mechanic where we can basically choose our advisors and kind of specialize our inner circle into a certain way. Because up to 3 advisors can have active effects which are really good. And best of all, once I've basically chosen one advisor, he will start doing his own focuses over time. You might see here, this is 140 days, taking forever, but we only need to do this one, 14 days. We only need to do the top focuses. So let's start with Führerprinzip, giving us political power, popularity, and most importantly, more political power gain and some more stability. We have also finished our flame tank, leveling up our researcher. So we could now do level 3 research like Landkreuzer P1000 Ratte, which is something we might or might not do today. But for now, we have 0 breakthroughs, so yeah, we can't do anything for now. In the background, we have enough political power to go down war economy. I am actually gonna do that because I really want to get the most out of my industry. So again, focus done. And I would say here, very important, do this earlier than later, because some of them, like this guy over here, will not be around after a while anymore if he doesn't get to the focuses at the end. For now, because I don't want to lose him and he has good modifiers, I'm gonna get myself Party Chancellor Hess for more political power mainly and better opinion with nations who have the same ideology. He will be going down a path where we get some decisions. I actually don't 100% know what to do, so we'll see. And giving us even more political power over time, plus funds for companies. So it's pretty good. At the end, you get a really good modifier and we want that. So literally seconds later, focus is done. Now we have to wait 175 days anyways before we can do anything over here, but we did secure ourselves a good leader. And while we wait for that, we can now do a choice over here. With us, of course, doing the historical path, but they're also now existing an ahistorical path where you basically try to integrate Czechoslovakia, quote unquote, friendly instead of just demanding it. I'm actually not sure what this does, and I would be interested to find out, but we want to play historical Germany today, so let's do that. Yeah, not gonna lie, these focuses are just so fast done. It is wild. But yeah, for now, Anschluss is not possible. The modifier is still too big, and our army is still building up. As I said, guns are very important here. We just need to have more guns. We'll actually put more into guns. At the same time, we can't do Molotov-Ribbentrop pack either, which would be interesting for the research bonuses over here, because we don't have enough manpower in the field yet, but we will get there over time. And right now, I'm very much intrigued to just click this over here, but I gotta be honest, I think more important right now is to get a little bit of army experience. So let's go down the very, very fast. All of them 35-day focuses, military reform focuses, giving us pretty basic stuff like command power, army experience, a new chief of army for division speed, which could actually be interesting. I might take this guy, and funding for a company. Cool, because right now we only have organization and drill, and I gotta say, I'm not too interested in those two. Maneuver is actually pretty cool. Faster divisions, especially working with tanks, is very useful. So with that focus now done, I would say we immediately get ourselves the army experience from the maneuver expert, and well, we could rush down this right here for a lot of good bonuses and advisors. Definitely want to have later. I would say, because we did just unlock it, let's get the research slot. I'm not gonna say no to that. And because I have so much political power to spare, it is actually crazy. I'm gonna get myself this guy over here. We do lose stability, that's why I didn't want to get him before, but we do gain a lot of production bonuses, so let's take him. Interesting noise in the background. We have learned of a facility in France, because I sent an operative into France. And when you find these facilities, we can now prepare raids. Problem being, we have a very low chance because this unit is very inexperienced, plus we know very little of this facility. Raiding this facility here would basically stop France from doing any experimental research for a little bit, but I'm gonna be honest, I highly doubt that France is doing anything with this facility right now, for the sole reason that I can't do anything with my facility right now. It is in the early game, so yeah, raiding that is not interesting right now. I think that's something that's gonna be very important in multiplayer, but for single player, I think raids like this are less interesting. I mean, you could just destroy dams and something and really screw over an area, but I do feel like in a casual round of HOI4, this is gonna be less interesting. More interesting is gonna be paratrooper raids, which are also our own thing, and nuclear raids. An interesting way to call it a raid. But yeah, this is basically how you drop nukes now. I have a feeling we will do that later today. And because it's gonna be very interesting for me. I'm gonna get myself an air reformer for air experience. I want to build an air force, and for that we need some... Oh yeah, I completely forgot. We're actually getting a lot of air experience. I didn't think about air experience. Oh my god. Okay, whoever keeps spamming in my comments I should do the Spanish Civil War, you're not wrong. This is good. But all of that aside, I'm gonna build the Ruhr-Damm, giving us really good modifiers. These are buildings you can't really just build on a map, but you can gain them via focus trees, and they give really good modifiers. Once again, there's a risk, like I said before, with a raid you can destroy dams, and then the region is very damaged, but overall, this is a very good investment because firstly, we get civilian factories. Secondly, it gives very good modifiers for a state. So yeah, let's do it. And I just checked randomly. The first focus is being done. Would you look at that? Once again, system I love because it gives you cool decisions for good bonuses, but you kind of have to think ahead. And I do feel stuff like that really missed in HOI4. That is really cool. Something I haven't talked about yet. It's not a too big change, but there's a new portrait for the man. And the amount of bonuses we now kind of collect over time are interesting. They will change over time a lot, and you will see what I mean while we go down the focus tree. But the political power bonus now being something you have to earn feels kind of good, you know? What I've also done is get a second spy for my agency, and now being able to do a collaboration government in France. Thank you very much, French. And finally, with this dam completed, can go down the military focuses. It's what I would have said if we would have already unlocked this down here. And I thought very heavily of what industrial guy I want, because those three are basically our industrious inner circles. And you see down here, you kind of have to choose one you stick with. I have to say, I do be interested in the integration of puppet economies thing over here. But with what I want to do today, wonder weapons sounding like something I do actually really need. Because if we want to dip so much into wonder weapons today, we maybe should get ourselves wonder weapons. Very hard choice again. Here we get construction, and over here we get civilian factories and more construction speed for civilian factories. Later on, even output. Kind of similar here, where we get civilian factories first, then a company giving us some military stuff, and then even more mill construction speed. Plus factories. Not gonna lie, as much as I love the factory output here, this seems amazing. I just can't say no to all of these military factory bonuses, and starting with civilian bonuses right now, while we're still building civilian factories. So this seems like really strong. Yeah, I'm gonna take that guy, even though the other thing seems like really juicy. Doctrines, of course, we're gonna go down modernization drive, maneuver warfare, and bold attack for more attack pips. And with that focus done, I will finally go down, accelerate the rearmament program. Mill construction speed and MEFA bells. What do we want more? I mean, the stuff that comes after it, that's what we want more. And here you can see our inner circle is growing. They're already giving us the first bonuses. And then with that focus finished, we can actually look what it does. Oh, actually pretty good. And it's a good thing to waste political power into. It gives us more building slots, and it gives us a construction modifier for 1.5 years. 10%. That is actually amazing for building mills. 1938. We're gonna do that. And I finally have something to save political power for, because we had way too much political power, and I know now why. I would lie if I say I'm like 100% prepared and know what I'm doing. I do be learning most things in this video while we go along. This is all still new to me. Anyways, with that done, let's go down this year for even more bonuses in the MEFA bills. 35-day focuses. This feels really good. And we can also develop Germany. And because I'm currently building a lot over here, I'm just gonna develop that. Something I noticed, by the way, a small change. Garrison orders. They are a lot better now. You can actually now say guard borders, which is really good. And while it still selects everything from the beginning by default, if I now choose, let's say, guard borders, it does only do that. They kind of inverted the system where you had to unclick everything so you get the one thing you need. Now it works the other way around, where you have to click everything you want. And if you don't click anything, it just does everything. So if I click guard borders now, it will only do that. And I feel like that is a huge, small quality of life improvement to the system. Something that maybe shouldn't be a focus of this video, but I personally just appreciate these quality of life changes so much that I will always highlight them. I'm still hoping for auto trade though. Someday paradox. Anyways, I think for now we are done over here, pretty much industrializing our nation pretty well. And while we can't do the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, let's just finish the military reforms. So let's do adopt the new Panzer Doctrine for basically just very good effects. This over here is actually really good. And trust me, later you will see why. In the background, I will finally upgrade the planes, because now that we're starting to have some kind of industry, I would like them to be better. Just adding all the guns and bombs we can on them, and then starting to build them. Guns-wise, we're still looking kind of bad, but we have enough industry now that I would say I think we don't actually need more right now. Of course, while I'll talk about something, my agent gets captured to show off how good the game is going. But yeah, we got our first compliance government in France, meaning we will get good industry from France. And with that done, let's do advanced panzer research, giving us decent tank templates, research for medium tanks, and really good modifiers for a lot of spirits we have. Let's do it. And here we go. November of 1937, we get plans for expansion, basically making it easier and easier for us to annex Austria over time. So starting now with this event, the requirements for Anschluss will start to tick down. You see, it is already... Actually, we can now do it. I was actually missing a few units. The first tick of this event, which reduces 0.6 times of the army, which is not a lot, made it enough that I can do Anschluss next. So, you know what? I'm just gonna do Anschluss next. The Miefer bills do be getting a little bit high right now with 26.5. And I did kind of run out of things I can do. This might still look like a locked decision, but this decision is locked behind a focus that will increase the Miefer bills by 10%. So, we're not gonna do that. I'm also gonna heavily reduce our production into guns and we'll put everything into planes. There will be a period of time where we will struggle with rubber, so they do be a priority right now while we can still import it. And yeah, I could build synthetic refineries right now, but for what I'm planning, I have to capitulate the allies early anyways. So yeah, I'm just gonna take rubber from them once we won. If everything goes well, this might be a blitzkrieg. And if not, this might be a very long recording. I mean, it will 100% be a long recording, but could become even longer. By the way, the Spanish Civil War, I kind of forgot about you. How are you doing? Yeah, that is this Spain gone. Anyways, back to Germany. Let's just build an army in the meantime. Austria, I'm just gonna deploy these troops now. It's just so rude. Out of nowhere, the Austrians just build a lot of troops, so I can't do Anschluss anymore. No idea what's going on there, but I don't want to lose focus time. Let's just get a guy over here between, those two guys. Oh, stability. That's actually not too bad. So let's take him. And yeah, Mr. Chancellor Hess over here going down all the way to here, which will prevent him from undertaking his infamous flight. And would you look at that? Another event for allowing us to influence Austria. I'm of course going to choose the thing that weakens them, and they don't fight against it. Very good. I'm also happy right now that I've chosen a short focus, because this will allow me, now that this is done, to immediately do the Anschluss now. I'm also going to rush down the improved medium tank chassis, which is minus 100%, but still way ahead of time. But I like good tanks, and I've actually found quite the interest in this company over here for the sole reason that it gives a huge amount of production bonuses. Like this here, this here, this here, this here, this here, and this here. It's like a lot of bonuses. So if we want to do a real blitzkrieg with a lot of fast tanks, I feel like this company is the way to go. So let's do that. On top of that, I also have not looked at the new tanks. So first model of the Panzer IV, I'm just going to allow it to auto upgrade. I'm also going to make it a bit more expensive and give it more armor, because I feel more comfortable with that. And because I like breakthrough, I'm also going to give it breakthrough. Yeah, let's build this. At the same time, I would also dial down now the civilian factory production we currently have, and would say we 100% now dip into mills. No more civis. And in the background, also the focus for this has completed, giving us even more mill construction speed. Beautiful. Anschluss done. Austria says yes. Very good. And the Miefer bills are at 24. Okay, so there's actually a good decrease. Not enough to keep us afloat for a long time, but bought us a little bit of time. What could have asked more? Oh yeah, Sudetenland. Well, actually, before we do that, I'm gonna do Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, then treaty with the USSR, because they give good tank research bonuses, and with the things I have planned, tank research bonuses might sound useful. So let's do that a little bit earlier than I would do normally, and get those. Why does this always happen when I finish a focus? Okay, an agent got captured, but at the same time, Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact is done. Let's do the treaty with the USSR, and I'm very sure the USSR will just say, cool. Yep, they say cool. Beautiful. And we have so much spies. Oh my god. We have 4 spies without being spy master, so yeah, goodbye Soviets. Beautiful. Now let's finish this. And that is kind of cool over here. Before they actually lock in and finish these focuses, you get a question if you want to keep them or not. So I could theoretically just kick him out now and say, no, I want someone else. But not gonna lie, we invited him for a reason, so let the man cook. So small tank upgrade for our tank. I want to have the medium cannon. And I know this is not at all an optimized tank, but not gonna lie, I just like my tanks to have a big cannon. So they get big cannon. There you go. That's my whole reasoning. This is not good reasoning, but it's why I do it. I hope you can appreciate my honesty about this, because it's not a good reason. So focus is done, and the Soviets say yes, giving us breakthrough bonus and armor technology bonuses. Of course, now we can go down demand Sudetenland, and I'm gonna use the time to research the improved heavy tank, because we will need that. Let's just say, if you want to build the Ratte, you might even need more than a heavy tank research, okay? We need to go really down, and to get this somehow in time, I try to speed it up a bit. And for the memes, I'm also gonna build a flamethrower tank. Not gonna lie, I never really worked with flamethrower tanks. I mean, we're already trying out so much new stuff, so might be a good time to do the two. This is actually funny. The Spanish do a naval invasion on their own territory to finally get this war done. It is so dreadful, because this province is the last province with the modifier. Last there's a fort in the city, so yeah, I think it's over. Yeah, it's over. Not gonna lie though, huge amounts of air experience. We got a lot of stuff done over here. These modifiers will be very helpful. In the background, I've also upgraded my divisions to 7-2s, which is absolutely not the meta division anymore, but you know, I gotta do something bad in the video, so I'm just gonna work with 7-2s. No, but jokes aside, 7-2s are still working fine. Since they reworked the terrain, it's not as good anymore, but I can still fit a lot of divisions in there. I know people love 15 width and 35 width, but I don't want to do 15 width, and I don't have enough resources for 35 width yet. So 20 width it is for now. Later on, we can talk about 35 width. And most importantly, we will be having good tank divisions. So, I mean, good. These are also 20 width, but they will do good. Trust me. Okay, I gotta be honest. We have so much experimental points right now. I want to see how good the super heavy howitzer is. So let's do that. Also right now happening, we finished Sudetenland, and of course we're playing historical, so we get it. Let's do the first Vienna award right now, which is now 35 days. I think it was 70 days before. I'm actually not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this was a 70-day focus before. In the background, Ministry of Public Enlightenment, that's a way to say that, has finished giving us stability through popularity and support. When YouTube really will not like this focus tree. And yeah, our milk production is really ramping up. It's 74 mils now already, 75 now. Yeah, we're building them really fast, and that's a good thing, right? We really need those mills. The amount of modifiers here, good. Another focus has finished. I can't talk about all of this. This is so fast. But yeah, this is an amazing focus. More mill construction speed, talking about it. And more max factories, her estate. Amazing. And oh, we're about to get a lot of stuff from this over here. That's actually really good. And with this focus done, we're gonna, of course, do Fate of Czechoslovakia, which hopefully will also reduce our MEFO bills a little bit again, because they're looking at 38%. Yeah, it's kind of getting out of control. You kind of see now what I mean with, we are meant to have war at some point, and that point is coming very soon. But what I haven't talked about yet, and it might be a good thing to talk about, because some of you might have not seen all our death diaries or anything, we can actually get out of MEFO bills by conquering. I mean, you will get another modifier anyways when you start conquering, but if you actually get all the way down here, we can do this focus. Outer key achieved. You see, we need a lot of resources for that, so we 100% need to conquer. But what it does is modifying our already good modifier to become enormously good, plus removing the downside of the MEFO bills. So we will lose the consumer goods factory factor and just keep all the green, plus more green. Yeah, this is a really cool concept, because it really supports the playstyle of Germany. I think, of course, with this DLC now, you will have a little bit of a harder time if you're brand new to understand Germany, but I think when you do, it is not hard. You just need to understand how the mechanic works and how you can use them to make yourself stronger, and when you have reached that point, you can just really expand. But if you don't like that, you even get a path over here, which is ahistorical. You can basically just chill. Yes, your economy will be worse, but at the end of the day, you're still Germany. You can still expand, but you can do it like 1 or 2 years later. I don't know how you played HOI4 when you started, but I remember when I played HOI4, I took my time playing Germany. I did all of the focuses, like take Yugoslavia, integrate Romania and Hungary. I did it all, and you can probably still do that if you take the other path. This is like half knowledge, because I haven't played them yet, but yeah, I think that's good. Anyways, we have a decision to make with our super heavy howitzer. Of course, we get a little bit of a highlight over here, which is like, you know, a balanced design, but we could also say, make it more expensive and give it more soft attack plus collateral damage. Oh my god, what is that? Or faster production, making it cheaper and giving it less soft attack. We do be liking firepower, so let's focus on firepower. So, focus is done. In World Conquest, I'm not the biggest fan of puppets, so I will do something I normally wouldn't do, which is just take all of Czechoslovakia. I like this mostly more because it gives compliance, but I don't want to think about integrating puppets, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm greedy. Yeah, no compliance. This is really bad. Anyways, in preparations of everything else, let's reassert Eastern claims. Mifobel's at 30 right now. It hasn't really reduced by that much, but what you will also notice is that we are up to 3% each month because we own non-core estates now. So yeah, it will be starting to get more and more out of control, especially if you look a little bit to the east. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So we have unlocked the improved medium tank chassis, and thanks to me now using auto upgrade, we actually immediately already get it applied for free on our tank design, and it increases our reliability by a really good amount. And it does actually look like a Panzer IV now, so that's also good. I think I never said this in any video, but it's such a normie answer, I know, but I feel like the Panzer IV is my favorite Panzer. It looks really cool. That's like my only reason for it. It just looks cool. I like the squariness. That makes sense. Anyways, we've reasserted our claims. Can't do Dancing of War yet. Actually, we can't do Dancing of War yet, so how about a few more divisions in the field? What I'm also gonna do is add one medium tank to this division, and we're gonna slowly switch out the light tanks through medium tanks and build more tank divisions. And yeah, while we silently prepare for the war to start, let's do some final preparations, like bribe the senior officers for cheaper costs for commanders as advisors. We also get more generals, so I guess that's good. And yeah, Memel, give it to me now. Something I haven't talked about yet, but I did notice is there's more cores now here. You have a Prussia, you have a Hanover, you have a Bavaria. I'm pretty sure these cores weren't here before, and they only really appeared once France really dismantled Germany. Once again, it's small things, but I feel like these small things do make a difference, and I appreciate them. But yeah, we're building so many mills. We had 95 95 mils now, 96. Oh my god. Yeah, I went a bit earlier into mils than I wanted to. I wanted to go mid 38 and I went early 38, but it was worth it. We will have a lot of stuff. On top of that, I completely forgot to do the collaboration government in Britain, but I did remember right now, so let's do it. We're also getting good preparations for mobile warfare. Officers have been bribed, once again giving us two choices: army indoctrination, giving us more mobilization speed and recovery rate, or autonomy in the Kriegsschulen, which is like war school, giving us more experience, organization, and command power, plus some experience for generals, and on top of that, a minus 50% cost reduction for land doctrine. I know this here is a historical path, and I said I'm gonna go down historical, but I feel like that is not a too important decision that it matters if I go ahistorical. I just think this is way better, so I'm gonna do that. Here we get like research bonuses, and here we get like involuntary support for our offensive. Yeah, we're already the bad guys. Let's not make it worse. So, total control over domestic affairs is done, giving us political power and a lot of modifiers. But we're also doing wonder weapons right now, giving us 2 high command guys and making it faster to do special projects. That's actually really huge. They can be quite long sometimes, so that's actually good. So, small time jump. You have not missed a lot. We are now doing Dancing of War. I would have liked to do some more focuses over here, but I gotta be honest, the Mayfair Bills modifier is really stacking up right now, and I really don't want it to go up anymore. So what we are doing right now is to start the war, so we can start the other way to reduce the Mayfair Bills modifier. And at the end, once we're done with our conquest, at least the first one, this is a full conquest, we can do Autarky achieved, giving us Wirtschaftswunder, which is an amazing modifier. The earlier we get this, the better for this campaign. Normally, this modifier might not be as useful because the game is basically over when you get it, but for us, will be really good. At the same time, I will also employ the people I want in the army: tanks, infantry, and I mean, realistically, regrouping sounds good. And I think that is our government prepared. Something I haven't shown off yet. Summarization of the inner circle also looking very good, because yeah, you also have the spirit over here. You don't need to click here and check all of these portraits, what they're doing at the moment, because, you know, they're getting more and more modifiers over time, which once again, quality of life thing, I appreciate that. And yeah, we're about to start the European Thunderdome. Might have also researched railway artillery for a good reason, because the railway artillery is also a special project. Schwerer Gustav. 470 days. Let's do it. Doctrine-wise, we're also looking pretty good. Now, all the way down here. So, yeah, I think we're ready. Italy wants to join the Axis. Note, I'm actually gonna invite Italy for one reason. I'm not gonna call them into the war yet, because not gonna lie, Italy is a good distraction for the British. So having them in the Axis, even though at some point I wanna annex them, might be a good thing. And here we go. Dancing of War. I'm gonna be very bold and immediately follow this up by around the Maginot Line. Hungary wants to join my faction. You know what? I'm just gonna let them in. For now, the more, the merrier. These attack orders over here, just launch. My planes, attack. So this should fall very fast. For France, I'm basically preparing these divisions over here. And yeah, I would say, once they say no, we go in. If they say yes, it would catch me off guard. But if they say no, we go in. And yeah, they said no. Very good. Let's go in. Kicking off the World War, going down to speed 3, not because I think I need to micro this, more of a lot of events will pop up and I don't want to click anything that is bad. Now when the war starts, you get this event, if you have the Mayfair Bills, which is the future of the German rearmament program. On the one side, we get economy of conquest, basically modifying the Mayfair Bills and allowing us to seize gold reserves to reduce the effect. So we are really now taking out nations so we can escalate this modifier even further so it doesn't backfire. Or we say it's too expensive and just repay the Mayfair Bills, which is a horrible modifier. So we'll say no, rearmament has always been our goal, and we go into economy of conquest. This retired our good advice over here, meaning we can now get this guy over here, basically doing something similar, but free repair and lack of resources penalty are two modifiers I really look forward to. This is a world conquest. This guy might actually be very good. And yeah, with the support of a little bit of micro, we should have this very soon. I did just double check if I have naval landings researched, because you never know. But yeah, we do. That's good. And yeah, I think Poland is literally about to capitulate. We have utterly annihilated the army. Losses so far, 19k versus 219k. And this is just infantry. And a lot of planes, okay? A lot of planes were involved too. So what we can do now, thanks to the Blitzkrieg modifier, is plan campaigns versus nations. Meaning for 45 days, we get a lot of bonuses for our tanks. On top of that, we can now seize the Polish gold reserves, giving a bad modifier on Polish provinces, I mean, kind of obviously, and reducing our consumer goods factory factor, which right now is at 51. So yeah, thank you, Poland, for your donation. I appreciate it. Around the Maginot Line is ready. And I would say before we go down this here, I would like to get the first modifier here, because there's some new focuses here. I mean, there's a lot of new focuses here, but focuses which which we really didn't have until now, for upgrading our leader. Basically, every time we have a big conquest, we can do one of those. Starting with 2 subject nations or 19 occupied states in Europe, going all the way to 5 subject nations or 49 occupied states in Europe, plus 2 major countries capitulated, which at the end gives you ridiculously good bonuses. And the partitioning for Poland. The Soviet Union asked for half of it. For now, you know what? You can have them. My planes have arrived. Let's put them over the Benelux and go in. I think even though our air is weaker, it's still doing an amazing job. Belgium can really fortify here, and it feels like we're just breaking them so fast. Can we just right-click into Paris? The answer is yes, by the way. We can just right-click Paris. No, I'm not going to establish a Vichy France. Goodbye, France. This is world conquest time. And while we still need a little bit more time for this naval invasion, 63 days, I would say before we do the focus Operation Weserübung, let's just do that upgrade and get those bonuses. Funny thing though, I kind of forgot to do the campaign against Free France. I just did it without the bonus. Maybe I should have gotten that. That's a really good bonus. On top of that, we can now seize a lot more gold. We have all of the Benelux and France. And I would say right now we don't need France. We're like 28 now. And France giving us minus 49. That would be a huge waste. We just got to do all the other states. 16 from the Netherlands, another 2 from Luxembourg, and now we're down to 10. In the background, I've also built an air facility. And would you look at that? Werner von Braun. He exists. That is wild. And we could build helicopters now. We're not going to do that because we don't need helicopters. I would be more interested in radar, but for that we need a little bit more experience. So we should be able to get this very soon. I might also build a few more facilities to kind of just get experience over time. Collaboration government in Great Britain is done. 45%. That's actually huge. And with that focus now done, let's finally do Operation Weserübung. So focus is done. How about we go just in? I will send my navy over to help with that and give them an admiral. Okay, Denmark already surrendered, but you know what? This is a world conquest, so I actually rather just take the land. I'm sorry, Denmark. And before we prepare Operation Sea Lion, which actually is a focus now, which is actually also really good. Another operative slot. How many do we get? This is actually wild. Let's reintegrate Luxembourg and Alsace-Lorraine. Let's go. Yeah, Denmark is also gone, and the naval invasion over here hasn't even landed yet. We did it quite fast. They didn't even join the allies. I can just take the land. Great. There you go. Welcome, Denmark. The Soviet Union also going into Finland now. That is happening. And while all of that is happening, I'm also going to bring over my tank divisions and do a little bit of exploring in Norway. Because yeah, this actually feels a bit harder now. The coast is protected by the AI, but at the same time, we are still Germany. And with decent units, I think landing is still very doable. By the way, I'm doing Norway, not just because we do a world conquest, and we're also playing historical, so I try to do those events too. But also there's apparently like a boost for a special project here. I remember Paradox has it in a dev diary. So if you control some region over here, you get heavy water, which makes it easier to make nukes. Yeah, that might be interesting for this occasion today. Anyways, Mr. von Braun, give me radar. So Norway is gone. Very good. While this is going on, I did start to prepare Sea Lion. So that should be quite doable very soon. And with quite doable, I mean, it's actually harder now. What I noticed is the AI really tries to hold the ports. So they will have Coast Guard here. It's not just in Norway. This was not Norway specific. It was generally. The AI really tries to hold the ports now. Also the event for Belgium. And occupation law. Seems pretty decent, so why not do it? So these states have been integrated. Very good. Allowing me to finally prepare Operation Sea Lion. Very nice bonuses. I'm also going to yoink some gold again. Thank you very much. And with Sea Lion done, let's do something I kind of forgot about, which is getting all of these bonuses for our military industry and buffing economy of conquest a lot. So let's do Forum der Zentrale Planung. Let's go. Okay, very scary. Sea Lion is ready. This is the moment where we'll call in the Italians. So the British are busy over here. Oh yeah, they have a lot of troops. That is very good. I am also gonna activate Sea Lion now and hope that the British have most of the troops over here. What I did do is naval bomb them a bit so the submarines have to repair. I think that worked because I have not really seen any submarine intercepting me up to now. I should also do force attack to actually land, and that should be that. Okay, we got a port. I'm gonna risk it and bring our tank divisions in, and while they coming over, I'm gonna risk it even further and do more naval invasions. And yeah, the air right now we are trading really good. The problem is if you can hold the landing, because this is all very, very thinned out and kind of really scary. Okay, we get bonuses against the British. Let's just do that. Right now, they are getting rid of a lot of my troops, but at the same time, they are draining their air force. The trades we make right now in the air warfare is crazy. Crazy good, that is. I hear noises and I don't like them. Like every time there's like a raid on a base, you get a huge siren. I feel like, what naval invasion am I about to encounter that the siren is this loud? I'm prepared to be nuked. Oh my god, I actually got it through. If I can open a front here, and if I can open a front over here, that should should actually do so much help. So what I did, by the way, is just for a very short amount of time, literally just them going into the English Channel, see if I can get naval dominance, and then immediately bring them back. I don't want to risk this navy if we want to do a second sea lion, which could always happen. You know, the British are way more aggressive right now. On the other hand, this port over here has 0 protection. Very good. Same over here. They just didn't protect this port. Yeah, I think right now they're so concentrated on pushing me out that they just not Coast Guard anymore, which for us actually is amazing. And now with that focus done, which would have brought us to war economy, but I mean, having it earlier was way better. It's not like I didn't have any political power at the time. We can go down these two for generally just very good production effects and mill factories. That's it. Very good. Let's take it. You know what? I'm just gonna do it again. I'm not gonna lie, the supply situation was hell in there. I deleted a lot of my army. Not lost, but deleted to fix the supply really quick, and it just wasn't enough. Right now, I'm looking at a situation where I've lost not too many planes, funnily enough. Like a good amount, but not too many. Talking about them, I should upgrade my planes now. Funnily enough, because we were so busy in Britain, the British actually performed very poorly over here. Most of this still is around. Free France performing the best here. And they actually lost parts of Egypt. Okay, and I've really committed everything to the British Isles now. And yeah, even though I should feel bad for losing this, on the other hand, I kind of feel good about it, because this shouldn't be easy. This is what the Germans couldn't do in real life. So if I can do it first try, that's a good thing. And I feel like new players don't really care about this too much anyways, because figuring out navy is something you don't say for your first game. Just don't. Romania, welcome to the Axis, by the way. And you know what they say? Second time's the charm. Let's go in again. A little bit different. And there's still so much fortified here. This is wild. Not gonna lie, this feels a lot better because I've secured more airports. And securing airports doesn't just mean that I can bring more planes over, which I don't have as much anyways, but that the British also can put less planes on their own island. So every time we get an airport, we kind of bully them out of their own air zone, and that's a good thing. Yeah, look at that. More of my airports on my side. Okay, this naval landing went way better. This is still a good amount of troops here. Don't get me wrong. This could have still fought me off if I wasn't prepared. And encirclement. Look at that. Beautiful. Even conquered Birmingham, the Pearl of Great Britain. I just want to see what focuses I need to do while being at war. I think none anymore. I could just win the war now, which is good. We want that. Goodbye, British troops over here. London has fallen. In the background, we have actually finished the super heavy railway gun, which I'm really gonna look forward to what it does. It's actually wild that Italy won in Egypt. I didn't expect them to do that, but I guess there's like no British here. There's actually no British here. I have 1 unit. Oh my god. I mean, we're about to capitulate them, so I want to see the losses. We lost 309k, which is actually not high at all. I thought in the first naval landing I lost a lot of Germans, but apparently not. And they lost 805k. This is wild. In terms of doctrines, we're actually done with our plane stuff, and land doctrine wise, we're also about to be done. We need 2 more doctrines. That's not a lot. So what I'm currently doing is justify a few more fast war goals to get those people into the allies. And now that I've taken some land, I'm just gonna capitulate the allies, because I'm like 0.5% away from capitulating them. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's do this. So peace treaty is over, and I gotta say I did something I would never recommend doing. I just took everything for myself. In a normal playthrough, I would have just puppeted those nations and demanded resource rights and war reparations, which is way stronger than what I did. But in case of a world conquest, a lot of puppets are annoying. Like really annoying. So it's all Germany now. Okay, I don't want to hear anything. I thought I wouldn't get the British Navy, so I puppet them over here. Then I had enough points to take the entire British Navy, so that puppet is a little bit useless. What I couldn't take is the French Navy, so I kept them over here. I actually don't regret that. That's good. Welcome, France.
Why are we still here?
Oh yeah, and we have like good resources now. Only one thing in our way right now. Yugoslavia was not part of the peace treaty. Apparently they have not been in the war long enough, so I have to deal with them now. We already have the first railway artillery gun. Let's go. Yeah, it's kind of not a fair fight. It's really not a fair fight. But while this is going on, how about we just do autarky achieved? Because we have so many resources now that we can just do it. Meaning we lose the negative effect of the Mefa bells and just get amazing bonuses. And yep, that war is over. Goodbye. Germany expanded. Oh my god. We don't even have enough super heavy howitzers for anything. If I want to add them to the army, we need 1066 and we have 21. Yeah, I think we're not gonna use that. And with autarky achieved, let's prepare something big. Anti-Comintern Pact. Yeah, I have like certain plans for the following year. I wonder what it will be. I just noticed I'm using my best division to occupy everything, so I'm just gonna change it to the horse and remove all of the good stuff from it. I was really confused, so I'm missing so much artillery and so much support equipment. Oh, this is so much better now. I was scared. I'm scared, like, where's all of my equipment? My troops look fine. Anyways, as you might have noticed, super heavy tank chassis researched, which means we can now go down to our special project and research a Landkreuzer P1000 Ratte. Let's go. And this modifier is just so good. It is actually just amazing. And we actually get to use it for a very long time. So, birth. So, anti-combatant pack is done. Let's do war with the USSR. Giving us a war goal and an event to kind of recruit Cossacks. I mean, it's one of those decisions where I get a few divisions. Do I really care? No. But I do want to have the war goal. So, focus is done. We have our war goal. So, how about we just do triumphant will, because we can. Stop maybe training and go in. I mean, you have way less units than them, but I think we got this. A lot of green. Yeah, and we're getting nice pockets. And while this is going on, I want to talk about one more focus I didn't do, which is this one over here, allowing you to make Reichskommissariate, which are very useful if you don't defeat the allies. Because now that I defeated the allies, I just have Wirtschaftswunder, and I don't really care about how much land I control. But if you are Germany and you conquer all of this land over here, giving it to a puppet might be a good thing, because then it can concentrate more on fighting and less on, you know, keeping it under control. Plus the modifier of economy of conquest really drags you down after a while. There's only so and so much gold reserves you can take. Yeah. Anyways, we're about to reach Leningrad. I didn't even expect to be there so fast. And I feel like my army is really thin now. I know how Germany felt. You know what, untrained soldiers? Let's RP really hard. You are now going to the front line. Congratulations. Honor badge on the chest. Welcome. We are in Leningrad. It's actually huge, by the way. Leningrad can be very hard to get because of the positioning of the supply hub. And we are on our way to Stalingrad. But yeah, they are melting. This is crazy. Goodbye. Losses so far. Not a lot of time has passed. And we are at 350k, which is a lot. And the Soviets are at over 1 million. To be fair, we have a lot of manpower to spare now, so might not be a bad thing. I have so many railway artilleries now. It's actually huge. By the way, oh, this building here gets replaced by a new one once you finish Triumphant Will. So we actually have the building now. They always show on History Channel at 3 a.m. Very cool. So we have Moscow. Invasion going very well so far. I think there's actually a timer. If you get Stalingrad in the next 47 days, we would actually get a little bit of war support. I don't really care. But we could try to do it in the time. So you know what? Good luck, guys. Oh my god. They're just cruising there. They shall not be stopped. That is actually crazy. They're in. They did it. The mad lads. Yeah, we did it. The directive is complete. We actually did it in, I think, 140 days. I'm not sure. Best of all, we don't have to push much further into the Soviet Union because I'm currently doing a collaboration government and I already did a collaboration government. Ignore all the people in prison. This is normal here. With 45%. It's actually huge. So yeah, they are soon gone. And something I haven't talked about yet, and you might have noticed on the map, is that you can raid oil fields now, meaning that you can stop an entire oil production in an area, which might actually be a huge thing in multiplayer. But for me, it's just better to take it. So I will not bother with that. It is cool. It's a thing now, and it makes a lot of sense. But for me, I'm just gonna take it for myself. I need oil anyways. I'm the Germans. We never say no to oil. Still making so big pockets. There's so many Soviet units. It is genuinely wild how many Soviet units are still around. Begone Soviets. And yeah, I'm about to enter a fun war with Japan. So you know what? I'm just gonna take my navy that I borrowed from the British, take it over here, and just get myself some naval dominance. That should be fine. But yeah, the collaboration government is done in 25 days. They're missing 8% until capitulation. So I think we got this. I'm not even in Baku yet. And we're done. I'm not even sure if the collaboration government got done or not. I don't even think so, no. I'm sorry, Finland. I would love to give you land, but you know how it is. I can't. And yeah, we actually didn't get the compliance government because it's at 45% compliance. Yeah, that was a fast war. That's all I have to say about it. We started at the beginning of the year and now it's October. So home by Christmas, I guess, you know. What we can also do right now is proclaim a new order, giving us war support, stability, a new capital name, more victory points in the capital, whatever that does, and course in some provinces. Sure. Oh, we're the dark Germany now. At the same time, we can also rename these cities. How about we, yeah, Hindenburg and Ludendorff, why not? Yapping aside, we're now in the World Conquest part of the World Conquest. So what we're gonna do now is those focuses down here. Because once 3 advisors finish these at the bottom, you know, basically fully upgrading them, you can do a final focus. Either strong succession, where you kind of think about who comes after your current leader, or you make your current leader even stronger, again, get political power, and as a funny meme, you get 2 land forts. I can imagine that's a Führerbunker joke, and I respect that. So let's do that. This thing takes forever. Every time there's like an event that throws you back, I don't know how many years, and I don't want to make like a cheap decision when it becomes horrible powerful, so I'm just gonna develop a new engine. Gives it more reliability, gives it more speed. This might actually be a good thing. So Japan declared war. I might also start another project. And of course, we're gonna do heavy guns. Let's go. Oh no, there's a new problem with it. I'm losing progress again. Oh no. But those bonuses are so good. Okay, I want them, okay? I don't have a problem. Just want a lot of bonuses. Okay, I went further down the army path, and I gotta say the bonuses you get are just really good. And yeah, except from supply, this is just amazing. This thing scares me. This must be someone having a lot of fun in Paradox here. Every time it's about to get close to be finished, there's an event where I say, okay, you do this, and then nothing happens, or you get something completely busted. And I'm so committed right now that I click all the redesign things, which give the most modifiers. I want to see what this thing can do, okay? Like, I don't care. This thing would have already been done twice. I'm too committed, though. So, landing in Japan. Yeah, I love when the AI just is busy in China. Doesn't have anything here. Very good. Japan gone. They actually have more war participation than China. That is rare. Look at that. Landkreuzer completed. And we can build him now. Oh my god, look at that. It is actually a battleship tank. That is so cool. I've never seen this before. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Radio, radar, aircraft catapult. So I would say I'm gonna build it like that. Yeah, let's build a fleet of them. And I would actually call them a fleet because they're huge, okay? We actually built them quite fast. And if I haven't mentioned it, I puppeted myself Japan because I just want to have a friend, okay? Maybe I also couldn't take all of the navy and this was cheaper. But yeah, more land for me, basically. Also, super heavy ship is now done. I want to develop a jet engine and uranium machine. Begin heavy water production. That's actually really good. I'm gonna do that. What I would say now is that we're definitely ready, especially Air Force-wise, to take over the US. Let's not wait any longer. Goodbye. Oh yeah, maybe I should call Canada into the war so I can move. Yeah, I puppeted Canada. This way the US couldn't just walk in without me thinking about it. And I don't regret that. That was actually really good. In the background, I did improve the logistics system, which is very nice. Once again, allowing me to do uranfine, which is faster nuclear research. So let's take that. I know we're going into a certain direction. Crazy. I wonder what I'm about to do. Oh yeah, and we have this. Maybe I should have done that. Bonus damage versus America. Yeah, let's do that. We actually pushed the first few facilities because we stole research from them. America bomber. Huh? You have my interest. Let's do it. I do love how we're like stuck over here and just swarm through Michigan. It is wild. Okay, there is a universe where we can give our normal divisions the land cruiser and support equipment. We actually don't need that much more land cruisers to do that. We're like 1/4 there, which is crazy because I can scale this up. We can say, oh yeah, land cruisers. Let's build a few more of those. We have the resources. We can do that. We're literally in the part of the world conquest where it's just about waiting. Not risk, waiting. On the side, I'm literally just justifying on all the nations down here. So we get the Americas done, and then I'm gonna clean up Europe, and I'm gonna clean up Asia, and then we're basically done. Italy, I'm gonna keep you for last. But yeah, overall, so far, so good. And yeah, I'm not talking focuses anymore because I think we've done all the interesting ones I want to talk about. Right now, I'm just reforming the army, which is good modifiers, and trying to work on the Air Force now. These focuses were bypassed because I just didn't do them. And down here, just got modifiers for fighting America. Wait, there's actually a focus for turning America into a Reichsprotektorat. Ah, okay. I might actually want to do that then. I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, the pockets right now are wild. This was a costly war, but I do be not really caring about that. I've basically endless resources, so micromanagement is not a thing I'm doing anymore. It is huge macro playing. And yeah, a second later, the US is gone. Goodbye. Bro, this is cursed. Anyways, army down here. We are not done, are we? Down here you go. I know, Chile declared war on Japan. Oh no. Oh, a medal. Cool. Anyways, let's push. Hungary is a new color now. I've actually never seen it before. Greater Hungary apparently now gives them a new shade of brown. So I did the focus for the Reichsprotektorat, and here you can see where you can make them. There's quite a lot. And what it does, it gives compliance to the Reichsprotektorat because they don't get cores, but they do make it easier to manage for you. And there's like actually really big ones. Like over here, you have all of the Ukraine area, Baltics plus Belarus, like huge areas here. I do think we can core this, by the way. Yeah, we just core a random region. Why not? I'm actually really happy that we get a lot of war goals over here done because justification can take forever. And think about it, it's 1943 right now. And the USA is gone, Japan is gone, the Soviet Union is gone, and we're basically taking care of smaller nations right now. The thing I'm keeping myself for last is the Chinese United Front for the sole reason that they're the last faction that still exists, and factions are really good to collectively capitulate a lot of small nations, because I could just call in all of these over here. They will not become major nations, so when I capitulate China, they will just capitulate with them. Therefore, this is for the last, even though this might be the most painful one because we have to capitulate China. Might be a flaw in the plan. Anyways, have I talked about Derate anytime soon? No, I didn't. Okay, then how about we just take away a shovel level and put instead a land cruiser in that place. We do have enough now, so yeah, let's do that. So all of our infantry now uses one of those. Sadly, we can't put them into a division like here. They only support equipment like the super heavy tanks. But what we can do now, looking at this here, is make our divisions look like this, because we do have them in here now. This is so big. Oh my god. How does this look like on a map? That is so good. Look at them just going along through Mexico. This is our standard unit, by the way. This is wild. And I do actually want to reform it. We still use a very bad 20 width, and I never changed it because I got very content with the progress we had. You know what? I'm going to upgrade it to 35 width, which performs better overall. Very good. Reichsprotektorat Nordamerika, which I am actually not sure what it does, but it does probably annex parts of Canada. So yeah, even though I'm going to regret this, let's do it. Oh, the game is lagging. Who do we going to use? A local collaborator or a German? Of course, we're going to use a German. Flag literally just as an L. Common America L. Oh no. Then we have Reichsprotektorat Columbus for this area over here, but for that we need more land. And do we have a Reichsprotektorat over here? Yeah, we can do this. The treaty with Japan should be honored. I mean, we already puppeted Japan, so I could do that. Right, this is literally just the man in the high castle stuff now. Overall, as I said, those Reichsprotektorats right now are really cool. I recommend you should use them if you don't do a wall conquest. I will release one more over here because I want to see what that here does. But those over here, I'm not gonna do. Reichsprotektorat Balkan. Oh my god. And yeah, here we go. We have researched Uranmaschine. Should allow us to do uranium research, like commercial nuclear reactor and nuclear fission bomb. And we can also build heavy water reactors now. So let's build a few. Yeah, I think that's enough for now. Be afraid of my landing Rattepanzer coming over here. We have arrived, Cuba. We have arrived. I just love how big this tank looks. It is amazing. Yeah, goodbye, Cuba. Thank you very much for your land. Appreciate it. Can expand the North American administrative area. Sure, here, have that. I'm such a nice, benevolent overlord. Do they have some special focuses? No, they just have generic stuff. I mean, to be expected. They do get modifiers over here to give us more industry and lose autonomy. So they are easier to integrate over time. Yeah, they're just ticking down by themselves. I'm not even integrating them. They just want to be annexed. Very understandable. Look at that. Gold medal in experimental science mastery because I just unlocked the jet engine. Yeah, if you control all the science facilities in the world, this is actually quite fast done. Okay, China finally has their showdown. Good luck, you two. Spain, goodbye. Portugal, you are next. There's so many planes in reserve. Late game HOI4 is wild. Yeah, seeing those skins next to the normal tanks gives the Wall Conquest a whole new feeling. Goodbye, Iberia. Very good. Landing was actually pretty hard, not gonna lie. But yeah, we got here. Good. Now we can actually do Reichskommissariat Columbus. Yeah, North America. You think Switzerland becomes a little bit concerned right now? Because they should be. Goodbye, Switzerland. Yeah, those divisions are just crazy. I mean, the Land Cruiser gives amazing bonuses to the division. Makes it way worse in a lot of terrains, but overall amazing modifiers. So, very easy war here. Hungary had a war goal on me, so I just kicked them from the faction and made them basically declare war on me. Yep, that was not long. So, Sweden, goodbye. Switzerland also on the last legs. Very good. And would you look at that? We unlocked the fission bomb. You know, right after that, how about we go into the thermonuclear bomb? But overall speaking, yeah, we're building bombs now. Cool. I think Italy might dislike me for this one, but I have a plan. I think I nuked myself. Anyways, I'm gonna take everything. Thank you. Goodbye. But yeah, first nuclear strike of the day. By the way, there's nuclear fallout now, so doing that is actually worse than before. For your enemy, not for you. I mean, if you try to take the province, it's worse, but you know what I mean. And yeah, it looks a little bit damaged from the nuke. Sorry, guys. The hordes of Landkreuzers going through here. Oh my god. I think this is the closest we get to Landkreuzer only. And yeah, we have a V2 now. Can you just build that? Yeah, you just built that. That's kind of cool. And you see the mothership plane. Look at that. They actually have an own graphic for that. That's pretty cool. Because I did want to use it a little bit, and I used it over here. They have insane range. Look at that. Yeah, they also seem to be not too bad. As far as I see, most research projects are not a waste of time. So if you get them, they actually do something. Talking about they actually do something. I want to have this, and I don't want to explain why yet. Ah, Brazil. Is it just us two again? Goodbye. Our faction has been created between Brazil and Iran. Okay, this might actually be a very good moment to attack Iceland. Yeah, it feels so weird that I can now get air supremacy over Iceland. So yeah, intercontinental bomber, not a lie. And because we've finally researched all the prerequisites, let's research nuclear warheads, which apparently exists now. I didn't even know this existed, and then I saw it in the list. I'm like, I wanna try this. I mean, when will I be this late into a game again? Anytime soon. I don't know when, okay? Like, World Conquest are always a lot of effort and very painful. But with all of the new toys I look at. Plus, you know, experimenting a lot with the new stuff and see how good it is. Especially with the experimental facilities being partially kind of late game. Yeah, still a lot of work, but a bit more fun. We get Iceland. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, I don't have to naval invade there. That's really good. I would say I'm just gonna take everything. And that's that area, plus that area, plus this island. Done. So, war goal is ready. Let's go against China. So we're launching our first few rockets over here. And I don't know how good they are. It just feels like strat bombing. I think I would never really use it again, but it is fun. China is melting. Imagine just a random Chinese guy on a farm. And then you see this thing rolling along. Oh my god, China is done. Now only missing my allies. Romania, goodbye. Very late, but we got it. Nuclear warhead. Allowing us now to research ICBM. So let's do it. And we can now build a basic nuclear medium range missile. Sounds so cursed in so many levels, but I want to do it so badly. And we actually build 2.7 per week. So if I do... So I actually want to find out how to use them and I want to prepare it. So if I go over here, which is the new raid menu, where you have, you know, air bombing raids, paratroopers now, and also nuclear raids. And we want to do a nuclear raid. And theoretically, I want to do it on Rome. Can I say I want to use this and that missile? Very high chance of success. Oh my god. And 14 days to prepare. This is so fast. The planes need so much longer. And if I want to do that again, I just... Oh my god, you can... This is such a late game thing, but nuclear missile strikes are apparently a thing now in HOI4. Not gonna lie, this is really cool. And I can imagine this will make a lot of mods way more fun. Like the modern day mod already has a system kind of like this. Now imagine it being more fleshed out thanks to stuff like that. That sounds very cool. And yes, what also exists now are surface-to-air missiles. We have surface-to-air missiles now in 1948. And I gotta say, I like the equipped missiles into your rocket side system. It is kind of really cool because it allows you to play around a lot with it. More than the old system where you just got missiles over time and they upgrade with whatever research you had. But let's see how well this works. Guys, well, Conquest is cancelled. The game says it's over. I always forget about that. And yeah, we can just continue playing. By the way, this doesn't matter. Yeah, Italy, goodbye. Oh, the nukes. Forgot about the nukes. Yeah, that was beautiful. And it is now absolutely in fallout. The Colosseum is destroyed. I'm sorry, guys. They do seem to have a lot of planes in the air. Yeah, but I have a solution for that Air Force thingy. Goodbye. And yeah, you actually see the missile. That is wild. Might need to fight through a little bit of nuclear fallout, but overall, I believe. Yeah, nukes still very much work to get rid of troops. That's good to know. Oh, and they also got rid of my troops. Okay, nukes now have splash damage. Also something I just learned. And yeah, Civil Italy has happened. I'm just gonna keep the territory. Final victory march into southern Italy. And that's the war. Taking everything and the navy. Now, of course, we have to integrate this Italy over here real quick, but nothing we can't do with a little bit of land leasing. Here I have 10,000 convoys. I just learned there's a missile launching submarine. I just now got an idea for a very fun Japanese playthrough. Oh, and we unlocked the ICBM and supersonic jets. Oh my god. I'm getting the very cool stuff right before we end the game. This is so sad. Oh my god. The range at the ICBM this year is stationed in Austria. It's like the entire map. What is this? I mean, they're really, really late game. You will never see that in multiplayer, so it doesn't matter. But just the thought that I could nuke Texas from Austria is wild. And that without a plane. Anyways, let's end this. Italy annexed. World conquest completed. And I hope you're happy with everything I've shown off. I tried to put everything I can into the video. It is probably gonna be a hell to edit, but what do I care? I have a privilege and I want to give something back. And once again, thank you Paradox for sponsoring this video. If you haven't bought the DLC yet, feel free to use my affiliate link. Gives me a little bit of support. These were my divisions plus garrison. These were my rockets, I guess. My patrons, I love you. Until next time, bye.